Want to see me build an underground roller coaster that goes through the center of the park and through a building? Then this video is meant for you. This is Coaster Master, and I'll be seeing you on the other side. Hi friends, this is Coaster Master here. Before I start this extremely special episode, I have a couple of updates for you. For starters, I made this amazing flower bed for the front entrance, but the front entrance is still kind of bland. But yes, I'm gonna be working on the front entrance bit by bit every single episode. And here is a building in the middle of the park. Now that I'm gonna utilize in this episode. But most importantly, I have connected all the parts in the brain section. Even though I didn't do it in the most convenient way, it's fine. It resembles the brain. It's a suitable entrance. And you know what? Speaking about entrances, let's make one for the fairy tale section as well. Cause why not? Making entrances is fun, and it's not as boring to watch on camera from what I know. So yes, that's why I did this recording. And let me just tell you, this entrance is not going to be any Disney level entrance. It's going to be a fairly standard entrance. It's not going to be anything great, but I'm not going for great looks in this park. I'm going for the thrills. But yes, I have to make this park look presentable. So that's why I've made an entrance. Because I don't want my park to be a Six Flags park, but I don't want it to be Disney at the same time. Any coaster enthusiast or any theme park enthusiast for that matter will get that. But even if you don't, it's fine. I don't expect anyone to be honest. But hey, you know what? This entrance is almost done, so I'm happy. But then it wasn't. See, that is the thing. It was actually fairly difficult to make this entrance, and I think that's partially because I'm so new to Planet Coaster, and I'm just not used to making so many buildings. Apart from Psychedelia and the palace and the massive unnamed building in the space section right there, I really haven't built any major buildings. So, yeah, and this isn't one of them either. But yeah, it's a building nonetheless. And you know what? After I was actually done with this, I kind of liked it. I didn't like it a lot. I just kind of liked it because it was nice. Okay, now the most important thing about this episode. Actually, not really. It's not going to be the most important thing about this episode, but it's going to be very important. I'm going to be building a roller coaster that's going to go through that building I mentioned earlier, that orange brick building. And this is the Intamin reverse freefall roller coaster. And it's kind of a shame I'm using this because I'm not the biggest fan of these rides. Simply because they just go backwards and then they go forwards again, and the launches are extremely forceless. I know there are Intamin fans, and the comments are just gonna let me know they're there in the comments, and let me just explain. I went on two of these Intamin reverse freefall roller coasters. Superman Escaped from Krypton at Six Flags Magic Mountain, and Turbo Track at Ferrari World. And I just didn't like either of them. They were just one trick ponies, if I may say so. Dive Coaster number two. Or actually, if I'm not wrong, this was introduced before the dive coaster. Nevertheless, I just thought that you got launched backwards, went up, got no airtime. You're supposed to get airtime, but I don't know, I just didn't. So that was a real shame actually. I was expecting some airtime, none. But yeah, enough of me ranting about that. I'm happy that my home park does not have this and has a B&M floorless. And yes, even though I'm not the biggest fan of a B&M floorless coaster, I still respect it for what it is. And that is a GP magnet like this model as well, actually. The GP go crazy over this, at least in my experience. So I can see why Parks wanted to build this, and even though Parks just wanted to build this so that they could go taller and faster, again, that's basically a GP magnet. The Parks aren't doing this for the enthusiasts. And you know what? I'm okay with that. I learned that a long time back, but I'm just glad to see there are parks that actually cater to enthusiasts out there, like Kentucky Kingdom. I haven't been there, but I've heard that it has more rides for enthusiasts than for the GP, which again, I do appreciate, but I can see why it's not the best business strategy. But yeah, I have not been to Kentucky Kingdom, so I can't say anything. Okay, now time for some pathwork, and it's gonna be fairly simple. I'm just connecting up the fairy tale section to everything, and yeah, it's nice. The paths aren't the best looking, but hey, I do not go for looks. I just go for good presentation. I don't know if you understand what that means. Hopefully you do, but never mind that, because the most important thing that we're going to be doing today is opening the park for the very first time. Now, this is my 20th YouTube video, and since it's such a milestone for me, I thought, why not open the park for once and for all? And on the first try, it didn't open because guess what? These people are not willing to pay 15 bucks to enter the park. I don't know why. I paid 120 bucks to enter a certain park. I won't tell which park it is. But yes, and still I had to pay per ride. I think it's pretty ridiculous why they're not coming in here, because I consider my park fairly cheap, but it's what they think. But hey, the park is open, and look at that. Our first guests are coming in. You there, you are our first guests. Wow. Yeah, this is history. Episode 20. This is when the park first opens. And you know what? Let's just see how it does. Because I have a feeling this park is gonna do very, very well. But like any good park, there has to be a balance between roller coasters and flat rides, and our space section is in dire need of one. And therefore, I added this. I don't know. Should I call it a pirate ship, but with a spaceship on it? I guess that's what I'll call it. Space pirate ship. I don't know. Is that what I should name it? Space pirates. You know what? That's cool. But yes, if any of you guys have a name for this, please let me know, because I am just not content with space pirates. I mean, sure it's a decent name, but I'd like a better name than that. So again, if please feel free to comment a name for this flat ride we have over here, and in the meantime, also give a name for the roller coaster we built, so that I don't have to do the work of making the name. Yeah, I'm just kidding, but on a more serious note, I'm real terrible at naming. Cause well, let's just see what stuff I've named. Yes, I have named a dragon coaster Gargoyle. Not even kidding, Gargoyle. And then I have named uh, this roller coaster that's on screen right now, Alien. Why have I named it Alien? I have no idea, because it has alien theming. That's pretty much it. And yeah, it's just proof I'm not the best at naming. Even my parents would agree with that. By which I mean, when they, by which I mean they support me a lot in everything, but when it comes to naming and just languages in general, it's just not my thing. And yes, I do have to add an ATM because for some reason the game did not allow me to do it on camera, but yes, off camera I am going to be doing that. And yes, I just have to mention there's an ATM in every other section we have. And I'm adding these mechanics because all of our rides are broken down and our guests are leaving. That's not a good first day, if you ask me. Well, according to Planet Coaster, it's been like 33 years. I don't know how that's happened. Maybe it's counting the previous few episodes, starting from episode 1, but I highly doubt it. Seriously, 33 years. Are you kidding me? That's not possible. Unless they started from episode 1, which kind of makes sense. And you know what? I also added this flat ride in the brain section. It's called Psychola. Again, guys, please give me a name for this flat ride because when I was recording, I just couldn't come up with anything. So, yes, any name for this flat ride? Okay, please comment down below. Now, I just want to talk about why this flat ride is just perfect for the brain section. And I know I said that I was going to be done with the brain section in episode 3. Check it out, the link is in the card above. But, anyways, I just kept adding to it because the section was so small, and I just kept on thinking that there should be a little more to it considering it's the very first section I ever made in Planet Coaster, and also considering that it's probably the single most unique section in any amusement park. Like, tell me the last time you have seen any section in a theme park named after a body part. Now, I don't know, what should I do next for the brain section? Maybe at a school? I'm getting off topic, but yes, that flat ride is just so perfect because it fits in the land. We don't have a green thing in the brain section, and most importantly, it has a sculpture of a brain as the centerpiece. It just can't get better than that, really. So, yeah, I guess that's all for today, really. I can't see myself doing any more on camera because yeah, everything's running out. My battery's running out. Well, that's all I have for you today. This is Coaster Master signing out, and I'll see you next time on Building an Indoor Theme Park, Part 17.